Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. It's another one, yeah. It's one of all these off-season, off-season Premiership, talk here and there. But this one will be called off-season Premiership Pitch with Onome Anthony Club Gunner TV. See, we're off-season, right? And what that means is that since we're out of the season, we just have to look into some things. Onome has got some things in his chest. He needs to get out since winning the treble, my guy. And see, guys, me and Onome will be starting our new show next season. You better be ready, guys. He's back, and this time he's back for real, Our own in-house Manchester City guy is in the house. You know what? See, guys, the program is gonna be called Partners in Crime Premiership Pitch. So that'll be massive. Next season it's gonna be the bomb. See, let's welcome this guy, from Manchester City. Our guy, our in-house Man City fan, no other person but Onome Soje. But he's going by the name now, Treble Don.
It's done, man. It's done.
Onome, welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you, man. Treble's done. We did it, man. Listen, I've never been so nervous in my life. I thought that game was going to be a walkover because of how we've been playing. But as the game kept going, my nerves started building even more. And I thought, oh my God, this is one of them games. And we did to Inter Milan what Inter Milan wanted to do to us, to be honest. They wanted to win that game 1-0, defend for their lives. But this is the difference between Man City of now and the Man City of old. Our defense is just as solid as our attack. And that's why we won that game.
Yeah. But see, Onome, just take us through Manchester City's season. Yeah. Mostly with Arsenal at the top, 248 days, yeah. Because we'll still have to go into the transfer window and everything Arsenal and City is doing. But just take us through that that season and just look at the most important areas down there that you want to talk
about. It's everyone can say, oh, your Arsenal was at the top for this amount of days. It really doesn't matter. It's a table. Do you know what I mean? It really doesn't matter. It's where you finish that matters. Do you know what I mean? So it's really not a shame of they were at the top for so long and then the City pipped them to it or anything like that. It's always difficult to lead. Have you ever wondered why horse racing, the one that leads and leads and leads, towards the final end, the second one just comes? Do you know what I mean? The second one just comes. You just have this strength from nowhere. But we've all done it, even in running track and stuff. Do you know what I mean? The second position always has this energy. It's always hard to lead. Do you know what I mean?
True.
And it just all depends on how the games go. Are you playing first? Are you playing second? There's different pressure. There's different things involved in the games. Experience comes down to it as well. Fatigue comes down to it, which is one thing I want to touch upon. And I want to go through facts about this so that people can kind of understand.
Andrew Bell, see what Andrew Bell said. MEFC Global is here. Local AFC is here too. Havertz out. See, we need to talk about that on a Havertz, Arsenal going for Kai Havertz. I can't believe my eyes. Andrew Bell, of course, he's our big friend. He says, congrats on treble, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate you, bro.
Andrew Bell in the house. MUFC Global is also in the house. Our guy, MUFC Global, he says, treble what? He's a Manchester United fan, man. He's pissed, all these Manchester United fans.
We're humble with it. We just equaled you. We didn't emulate.
Yeah, man.
We just equaled you, man. We're humble with it.
Their record have just been broken.
Not been broken. It's been equaled. It's been equaled. It's not been broken. Let's get that straight.
For me, that Manchester United record, it's a big one. But the ease, the ease with which City did this treble, See, amazing, super amazing.
You know what?
Teams completely maul teams, like completely beat teams up, go away, destroy. See, Manchester United had lots of close games in that 1999 treble that they won. Lots of close games, and mind you, they had the referees in their pockets at the time. Yeah, that's what I feel. If you ask me, man. But right now,
Yeah, the
man, if you see
Fergie
the
times
way,
anyway.
wait, oh no, man, let me finish up. If you see the way City conducted themselves. I'm not talking of maybe in terms of splashing money out or whatever, but I'm talking about beating teams, the composure, yeah, defensive setup, technicalities. Yeah, Pep is a technical genius in my eyes. He can do no wrong. This guy is super amazing. The way he arranges team, the striking formations, yeah, his substitutions. Every goddamn thing, the way you guys beat and more teams, yeah, leave them for dead. Even in their home, you came to us. You beat us up in the FA Cup, beat us in our home, took it down to the ATR, beat us up there again. It's clear to see the way Manchester City conducted themselves this season, won games this season, went to the Champions League, won the Champions League without taking it to extra time, won the FA Cup by beating their at least their fiercest rivals in City rivals, Manchester United. Yeah, see, there is no you can't express this. Yeah, beating your beating your fiercest rivals in one of the cups that hands you the treble
In the cup final,
in the cup
not
final.
even the semi final, in the
Hey,
final.
man, Onome, just gloat. I want you to gloat. Just see, man. Proudly gloat, man. It's the treble, man.
I will gloat a little
Gloat.
because we've done the treble, but in terms of the
Mm,
Premier League and the FA Cup, that's just business as usual, right? But the Champions League is like, okay, like this is a different level now. City is now has joined now the elite of clubs now, where when you now name the likes of Real Madrid and Liverpool, and you name City now, where the attraction for players now, you name City. Do you know what I mean? Um, Obviously, Real Madrid is Real Madrid. You know what I mean? If Real Madrid come calling, everybody's going to answer that call, right? Except your Erling
mm,
Haaland, who has a love for Man City, a boyhood fan, and love for City and stuff, and wants to come to City, wanted to improve under Pep. He said it himself, I wanted to come to this manager. I wanted to improve under this manager. Now,
mm.
for me, I want to go through a few things, and I think this will be an eye opener for certain people, because when we talk about fatigue and we talk about squad depth and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
It is important to go for it. Now I know the argument is going to be we have the squad depth, we have the quality and stuff like that, but we've
But
already
you do.
gone through.
You
Hold
can't
on,
deny that.
let me
You
finish.
do.
Let me finish. We've already gone through this, right? Yes, we do. But how did we get that squad depth, right? It's demanded by the manager and it's supported by the board. So the
Mm.
questions that you guys need to ask as Arsenal fans is between the manager, technical director, and the board, right? But let's just go
I
through.
agree.
Let's just go through the
I
squads,
agree.
for example. Let's just go through the squads, for example, right? I've got the squad here on
Mm.
Soccerway, right? Certain things I want to talk about for your squad now, and I'll touch our squad as well. So
Yeah.
in your squad, right? In your squad, you have pretty much the same amount of players we have, if not more. But obviously, our quality is different, right? In terms of quality, it differs. But in terms of numbers, we have the same. Now,
Yeah.
where this league was won and lost, in my opinion, is
Mm.
due to fatigue for your players, right? Let's go through it. You have your goalkeeper, Ramsdale, right?
Yeah.
Ramsdale, I think Ramsdale's, yeah, okay. So Ramsdale, right? 38 league games.
Mm.
Started all 38 league games. That's one, right? If you want to take note, they can write this down. You have
Mm-hmm.
you have Gabriel, right? Gabriel,
Yeah.
38 league games. Started every
Mm-hmm.
game, right? That's two. So you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about even the busy Christmas period, the busy every time 2 days. He started every single game, right? You have Saliba. If he wasn't injured, Saliba had started 27 games, right? If he wasn't
Mm-hmm.
injured, would have started 38. But he started 27 games, right? I'm getting somewhere with
Mm-hmm.
this. Just bear with me. Then you have Ben White. Ben White, according to this, started 36 league games, right? So you got your back four who have started 36 plus games, right?
Yeah.
That starts. That's not even like that starts, right? So
Hmm.
we'll go further. You've got Zinchenko, who had a couple of injuries himself. If he didn't have the injuries, would have started every league game.
Hmm.
Zinchenko, where is he? Where is he on this list? Is he on the midfield? He should be on the midfielders. Yeah, Zinchenko. Zinchenko, who plays left back for you, started 26 league games, right? Bearing in
Hmm.
mind, bearing in mind, if we go to Zinchenko's prior records, right, for City
Mm-hmm.
in the last how many years, Zinchenko best starts for season is 15, right? 15.
Mm-hmm.
Last season he started 10, season before 15, season before that 13, 14, 8, and even in his previous club, he was young at the time, youth team and all sorts, right? So he
Well, no
started,
man is cooking. He came with
hold on, I'm getting
receipts,
somewhere.
guys.
I'm getting somewhere. He started 27 league games. So this is his first
Hmm.
season, his breakout season, if
Yeah.
you want to say, as a first team player, as coming into the building knowing that I am starting on Saturday. No matter what,
Yeah.
I'm starting on Saturday because players have to feel like that. Okay,
Hmm.
so that's your defenders. That's your four. That's your back four, right? So obviously Rob Holding comes in when Saliba was injured, and he gets himself a little 6 starts. Only 6 games. Only 6 games he started, right? He gets himself a little 6 starts because Saliba was injured, right? Then you go into
Hmm.
midfield, right? You go into midfield. Xhaka started 36 league games. I'm getting somewhere. Notice how I'm saying every player here 36 plus, above
Yeah.
34 and 35. I will tell you where this league was won and lost. 36, 35 plus, every player I'm naming now, which is your first team. Then you got Partey, right? Up until Zinchenko
Hmm.
came, was starting quite a lot of games. Partey got himself 28 starts, right? If Zinchenko, if not Zinchenko, what's his name? Uh, midfielder from Chelsea. What's his name? Old boy that you signed in January. Sorry,
Trossard.
not Trossard, not Trossard.
Jorginho.
Jorginho. So Partey gets 28 games, but Partey was injured in some games. Partey wasn't injured; those starts would have been more, right? You got Jorginho, who came in for you guys, started 9 games. That's a minor, right? So I've named about 5, 6 players who are in the 30 plus, right? Then you got your two
Mm-hmm.
wingers. You got your two wingers who are
Yeah.
Gabriel Martinelli, who started 34 games. Prior to
Yeah.
this season, prior to this season, this is
Mm-hmm.
actually Gabriel Martinelli's first season where this is his breakthrough season as well, where he got over 30. Prior to this season,
Mm-hmm.
it was 21 games, right? Used, every now and again. Then you've got Bukayo Saka, who started, I believe he started about 36. Where is he on here? Where is he
Mm-hmm.
on here? Where is he on here? He's 21 years old, by the way. He started 37 league games. 37, right?
37. Yeah.
Last season, he started 36. He was 20 last season when he started 36, right? Then you got,
Mm-hmm.
so I've named 7 or 8 players. Oh, then you got Captain Fantastic, Odegaard, who started 37 games, right? Started
Mm-hmm.
37 games. I'm cooking. I'm getting
Yeah.
somewhere. Just chill, right? Then you got, who else? Okay, Gabriel Jesus, who was injured. If he wasn't injured, would have started all 38. But Gabriel Jesus himself got himself 24 league starts, right? This is his best season in terms of starts. If he didn't get injured, he would have been in the 30s, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
I've named pretty much your starting 11 who started over 30-something games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Man City and let me tell you what these players over there are getting in terms of starts. Now, we know the arguments that we're going to argue, and I've already told you where to blame for that argument. But when you want to challenge, when you want to win a league title, these are the things that are very, very important, right? So you got all these
Mm-hmm.
players on 30-something starts. So when you talk
Yeah.
about the last bit of the season when they were so tired and so fatigued, and everyone could see they were so tired and so fatigued, that is the reason why. They have started 36 out of 38 games, 37, 36, 35, 29.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Let's go to Man City squad. Ruben Diaz, give you an example. Mr. Solid,
Yeah.
Mr. Fur. Do you know how many games he started? I know some of these are part. Ruben Diaz started 22 league games. Now, you tell me how Ruben Diaz is not going to be fresh. You tell me how Ruben Diaz is not going to be fresh, Tony. You got Ruben Diaz. That's Ruben Diaz. Nathan Ake. Let's see his stats. Nathan Ake, right? Nathan Ake that is so fantastic that we all praising like, oh my God, Nathan Ake could have been player of the season. How many league starts? 22 league starts, right? So you can see the difference of 36 and 22.
Of
So it's about
36 to
there's about
22.
14
Yeah.
games difference there when Nefinaka's legs are fresh, right? So, right, let's go to another defender for us.
And mind you, we've not even talked about other cup games that they're playing too.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're just talking about the league. Let's just talk about it. Let's just assume that no cup games was played or anything. Let's just talk about the league alone first, right? So you got Akanji, who came in I think he came in the summer, right? Or just for the season started. Akanji got 24 starts, right? 24 only. 24 league starts he got, right? Then you got Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker got 22 league starts, Mr. Speedy. So you tell me how them speedy legs are not going to be fresh when he only got 22 league starts, right? So he's got 22 league starts, yeah? Then you've got, that's our back four. That's our back four, as you know. John Stones, he's obviously had injury problems as well, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
John Stones, Beckenbauer, whatever you want to call it, Mr. Fantastic, 21 league starts, right? 21 league starts he got. So you can see our players, you can see where I'm going with this trend, right? Your back four, 36, 37, 38, 36, 35. Our back four, 21, 22, 23, right? Going to midfield, Phil Foden, I know that off heart, started 22 league games. Kevin De Bruyne, I know that off heart, started 28 league games, right? 28 league games, right? Jack Grealish, I think Jack Grealish got about 24. Let me just check. Jack Grealish got 23 league starts.
But
right?
Jack Grealish should be getting more because he played most games.
He got 23 league starts. This is what I'm trying to say to you. He got 23 league starts, right? You got Bernardo. He's got 24 league starts, right? He's got 24 league starts. Then you've got Rodri, who is obviously one of our guys. And the only reason Rodri started 37 or 36 or whatever he started, which is 34 league games, the only reason he started 34 is because Calvin Phillips wasn't ready to actually play some games. Otherwise, he would have been under 20, right? So then you got Rodri, who's our first player that I've named to you that's got 34 league starts. Gundogan, Captain Fantastic Gundogan, Mr. Treble himself, Mr. Lift the Treble himself. This is his best season in terms of league starts. In fact, it is his best season in his whole career, right? In terms of league starts. 27 league starts. This is his best. 27 league starts, our captain. That's our captain, by the way. 27 league starts. Then you've got KDB, who's got 28, like I mentioned before, right? Then you've got Phil Foden, I've mentioned. You've got youngsters. Then you've got Mahrez. Mahrez, as much as Mahrez wants to complain that he's not starting and people think, oh, Mahrez is soaking, that he's not starting, Mahrez got himself 22 league starts. Prior to that, for Man City alone, that is actually one of Mahrez's best starts. The best he's got was 23, which was 2 seasons ago, right? So then you got, the robot, Erling Haaland, right, who's got, 33 league starts. Now, when you go through those starts for players...
sorry, Erling Haaland's goal tally this season, yeah?
36 league goals.
No, not in all competitions.
52.
Was he up to 65?
No, 52 goals. 52 goals in
all
53 games. Yeah, 52 goals in 53 games. Right? Okay. So my point is this. My point I'm making with this, where I've just gone through all of this right now, and I'm sure someone's writing it down or looking at it, where I've just gone through all of this right now. When you want to talk about how the league is won and how it's season, when you go into the season, you as a manager have got to be prepared to say, right, none of my players, or maybe 1 or 2 or 3 key players of mine, are the only ones that are going to get the 30 plus league starts. Everybody, I'm looking at the 28, between 25 and 28. That's what they're going to get in order to keep them fresh for the busy end of the schedule. Now, how do I do that? This is how a manager's got to break it down. How do I do that? Actually, the way I can do that is I've got to make sure that I've got quality coming off the bench. So, who do I have replacing Bukayo Saka when he needs a rest? Who do I have replacing Martinelli when he needs a rest? Who do I have replacing the back four when he needs a rest? Let me tell you a shift that can happen that can give you guys an instant boost in terms of your defense. Your defense I just mentioned. Let me tell you a shift that can happen. You sign a right back, and I think you guys are going for Cancelo, please take him. We would like you to take him as much money
For
as
some
possible.
reason, I heard that Arsenal have pulled out of that deal.
I
Bro,
don't blame them.
bro,
I don't blame
I
them.
don't understand what's going on, man.
I don't blame them. You don't.
I don't understand, man. We were
What you
in
need to,
for Cancelo, and now
what you
they're
need
pulling
to,
out.
what you need to understand with Cancelo is this. What you need to understand with Cancelo and Zinchenko is this. When it comes to defending, they are not solid. They're not solid when it comes to defending. One-on-one defending, forget it. They're not solid when it comes to defending. So, that great play that you got going forward, you've got to build this on a good defense. That's what gives the forward line the freedom to do whatever they wanted to do. I guarantee you now, if we had Cancelo
But if
and
you have
Zinchenko,
good two centre backs, yeah, they can actually seal up shop for you. You know why they go.
no,
And if you
I
have a
disagree.
very, very good defensive midfielder that can be able to mop up the
disagree.
midfield,
We've
the
always,
midfield,
I disagree. We've always
while
had,
while they're going offensively, you can still cover up
I
for their
disagree.
defense.
I
For their
disagree.
defense.
I disagree. We've always had solid defenders, but those two left back and wing back were killing us. Liverpool game.
But how many
Cancelo.
goals did you concede? How many goals did you concede? Let's not talk as if you conceded 20
Anyway, that's
goals.
not where I'm driving at. That's not where I'm driving at. Anyway, let me tell you a shift that can happen for you guys, right? So you've got Saliba, Gabriel, and Ben White, who are your centre backs, right?
Yeah.
Forget this playing Ben White as a right back. You're sacrificing a quality centre back playing right back at the minutes, right? Get Ben White into centre back. Get a first choice right back signed, a solid first choice right back signed, and have what's his name? What's the other guy's name? Your replacement right back?
Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu is a good support second right back. Right?
Well, he's injury prone. That's the problem. So when you do need him, is totally out of the picture. And forget about him being totally out of the picture. Yeah, I don't really see him. Okay, he's going to be injured until December. Before he can come back, it's going to be December. So coming back December, match fitness, January, February, the season is over.
And according to his record, when he was at Bologna in Serie A, he was starting a lot of games, 31, 29, and 27. So, that needs to be checked. Why he's obviously all of a sudden come to Arsenal and is not injury prone. But my point is this, right? My point is this: get a solid right back in, and Tomiyasu as a second right back, right? Then leave Ben White as a centre back to compete for those three positions. All of a sudden, you're able to rotate those three. And give the rest to when rest is needed. You've got Zinchenko as your first choice. That's your choice. You've got a solid other left back that can come and play. The problem you have is this: you have only one system of playing. So when you take away Zinchenko and you now put Tierney into left back, what you're expecting for Tierney, you're expecting Tierney to fit into this new system, this one system that you have playing. That is not his system.
Work.
It doesn't work. That is not his system. So what you need to do, if Tierney is to come into the team, you change your formation. We've done it with Kyle Walker. Pep came out and said Kyle Walker can't play that central role, right? So when Kyle Walker is in the team, we play a different formation that will suit Kyle Walker to play to his strength, right? You play to his strength. So you do have a solid two left backs, and both left backs to play different positions in different systems, right? So if you can get that two different system going, all of a sudden you got a different format of a back four now, where you've got a quality centre back resting, waiting for the other two, right? Competing for the other two, and then you got a solid right back, Tomiyasu resting, Tierney resting. All of a sudden, your back four is now looking completely different.
It's now looking okay. But again, you talked about Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker set to leave Man City. That's 37 minutes ago from the Daily Mail.
Ooh. You know what it is with Kyle Walker, right? You know what it is, right? Man City have got to keep the team hungry. Next season, we're going to have players that have never won the league before. And that is the problem for the rest of the league. Because these players have come in and they go, listen, guys, I know you guys have got five titles and 6 titles, but bro, help me out, please. I've never won one.
Yeah.
So please, I would like to enjoy what you guys enjoyed last season. So can you help me out? So all of a sudden, you got hungrier players. When they see that some people are slacking, they're like, hey, don't mess about with my chance of winning a league title. I saw Haaland this season. Hustle for his first league title. And I saw it in his face that he was like, he might have tricked people and say, oh, they didn't bring me here to win the league. They know how to win the league. Bullshit, right? I saw him hustle for. You see the Arsenal game away from home? Haaland was a different beast. He realizes and he notices that I could win the league in this game. So I don't care about scoring. I don't care about anything. The Arsenal game away from home as well. He's like, this is the game. This is the big game. I could win the league in this game. So Haaland played like a conference striker, but the quality of the touch and finish that he did at the end that made you go, oh, actually, he's not a conference striker. What I mean by a conference striker is I'm talking about the hustle and bustle of just, I don't care about technique. I'm going to just be a nuisance. I'm just going to chase a long ball. And if Rob Holding kicks that long ball out, I'm going to scream at his face and celebrate him kicking the ball out for a throwing. I'm going to be so hyped up, you guys don't even have a clue what's about to hit you. So I saw him hustle like that. And when he hustled like that, I'm like, this don't look like a team that wants to slack in this league. They want this. Do you know what I mean? They still want this. So for me, Rico Lewis will eventually, take over.
But again, you guys have given him series of games this season that will build his confidence. He's played in the Carabao Cup. I think there was a game he came in. Big ups, our big friend of this show, Tommy C. Osabia. Tommy C. Osabia is a big friend of mine too. On Instagram. Also a friend here too. He's been a contributor for this channel. Tommy C. Osabia. I hope next season Tommy C. will come in and give us some contributions and some talks when next season starts up. Tommy Sabia, hopefully we get to see you next season. Tommy Sabia says big up Tone. For some reason he calls me Tone. Big up to you, Tommy Sabia. He says Arteta and Edu must be sacked. If we get Havertz and Arteta is not winning us titles and Champions League, sack him. Bring Enrique. See, Onome, you're in an Arsenal fan channel, yeah. Because when you're talking all this smoke, about Manchester City, Arsenal fans, they're not feeling.
I'm trying to help.
Okay.
I'm trying to help.
Okay with it, yeah.
I'm trying to help.
They're boiling because that title you guys won, Arsenal. In fact, if you even check other oppositions to your treble, Manchester City, you beat them up. For me, it was quite easy. I didn't really see Manchester United coming up. Oregon Guna is in the house. Oregon Guna, poo. Oregon Guna is in the house. He says Kai Havertz is absolute crap. See, Onome, every Arsenal fan, is not happy with us being linked to Kai Havertz. What do you think about this guy? What is Arteta and Edu seeing in this guy that we mere Arsenal fans aren't seeing? That Tommy Sabia isn't seeing? That Oregon Gunnar isn't seeing? That football band isn't seeing?
I feel for Kai Havertz, right? The reason I feel for Kai Havertz is he's not a striker. He's a makeshift striker because Chelsea haven't got a striker and he's the closest thing they can put up there, right? He's a number 10. So I can only imagine that Arteta is looking at him for that Xhaka position, possibly, as an attacking midfielder, possibly. That's all I can think. If he's thinking about him as a striker, then forget it, obviously. But he's not a striker. He's a midfielder.
But even as a supporting striker,
I don't rate him. I don't rate him.
Set. Can he dribble? Can he dribble? Can he drift the ball around? Can he see? Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what the guy's got. I don't know what
Arteta is thinking.
I don't. We talk about squad depth, right? You talk about squad depth, right? If you're talking about like take for example, right? Some people might say, "Oh, why is Man City getting Kovacic?" Well, Kovacic for me is an international that's played the World Cup finals, came from Real Madrid and stuff. Just the fact that he's gone to Chelsea and Chelsea's an actual shambles, and stuff doesn't now make him a bad player overnight, right?
But again, that doesn't matter. It's going to a team that is filled up with legitimate winners. It's going into a team that, no matter how shitty as a player you are, when you get into that team, see, there is no other option
But to
than
be
for
better.
you to step up your game.
Of
Look at
course.
Nathan Ake. He got relegated with Bournemouth a couple of years. He got. Are you there with me? Are you
Yeah.
there with me?
Mhm.
Yeah, relegated. Yeah, coming into that Manchester team, it was like a new lease of life for this guy. Yeah. So no matter who Pep brings into that team, it's gonna work because the
Of course.
mentality is
Of course.
right. The
Of course.
quality of the first 11,
Of course.
it's there. It's there. The proof is in the pudding. No matter how shitty as a player you are, you will come in there and do something. Yeah. Because you have a good manager and you have the right setup, the right environment to help you improve your gameplay. But with this Kai Havertz, yeah, it's going to be a calamity. It's going
Like
to
I
be
said, like I
see,
said,
it's going to be, see, man, this will be one of the most disgraceful signings that Arsenal would ever put their heads into, man.
Like I said,
Because we're not
I
going to
think
players to actually back him up in any way. If it's going to City, he might change things. He might go there and start, doing lots of stuff because the mentality is right. The manager is right. The tactics is right. Everything about it is right. But Arsenal, I'm sorry, man. We don't
like I
have the
said,
quality players to help us.
I think it's to do with the position that they are signing him for. If they're signing him for a striking position, then it's a no-no. He's not a striker. If you're signing him for his actual position, which is the number 10, which is that Xhaka's position, and you've got the protection behind him and stuff, and he's actually just attacking, and he's got the wide man in front of him on the left-hand side. He's got the striker where he can play through balls too. I don't know his qualities per se, but that's actually his position. So give the guy a chance. Not give him a chance. I'm not saying Arsenal should sign him.
Oh my God.
He never really had a chance
Why?
to play his position.
Why is it that you rival fans, yeah, you guys want Arsenal to give these people chances, all these half-baked players
You're
chances?
the one going for them.
You guys want to give them chances.
You're the
But
one going
you
for them.
guys can't take them. I don't know why. Many Man City fans keep saying, "Oh, you need to have faith in Mikel Arteta." Good and okay. Can you take him in your football club? The answer is no. If Pep leaves your club, would you like Mikel Arteta there? No. So why do you want this guy? Why do you want this guy for Arsenal?
Company,
and you don't want him?
We want company.
Oh my God. No. Why do you want this guy for Arsenal? And you don't want
I
this
don't want
guy
him for Arsenal. That's who's at Arsenal right now. I don't want him for. I don't care what he does, or I don't. That's not my club. But that's who's at Arsenal right now. So we're talking about what you have currently is what we're talking about, right? And as much as fans want to be shouting, they're not going to sack a manager who's just finished second, who's just qualified for the Champions League. They're not. I'm sorry, they're not. The board are not going to sack a manager like that. Now, if you start next season, for example, and come Christmas, for example, you're now lying in 10th, for example, then you can start to say, okay, he needs to go, right? But I'm sorry.
For me, he needs to go now. He needs to go now.
Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic, because when we talk, you've got to be realistic when you talk. You can't just talk out of emotions or, oh, he made a bad decision. Oh, they put a banner saying he's the most beautiful Spaniard in town or blah, blah, blah. I don't like that.
Oh, my God.
No,
that one pissed me off.
Be realistic. A manager that has just finished second, right, and has qualified for the Champions League, something that they haven't done for 8 years, it's not getting sacked. Let's be realistic. It's not getting sacked. I'm sorry. So forget the sack.
But again, yeah, you have to look at it holistically. We've not won a trophy yet in about 3 seasons. We've not won a trophy
and
yet.
He's won a trophy, and he's actually won a trophy.
No, what trophy did he win? What trophy? He just won the FA Cup in his first season, and that was not even his team. Yeah, see, I'm not saying he performed badly, but the truth is that the statistics show that he performed badly.
Yeah, and I've just explained to you.
Yeah,
I've just gone through the beginning of the show.
Fifth second doesn't cut it. It doesn't cut it at this point. It doesn't cut it at this point. You need trophies to back up. See, yeah, that guy has been backed in the transfer window. Almost £500 million that guy has spent in the football club. only to get second. We had the biggest chance of actually gazumping a title this season. And I'm sorry, he bottled it. And you know what? Yeah, I've even given him an extended time to at least see what he's going to do in the transfer window. And I'm sorry, with what's going on in the transfer window, it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth to see that Tomisio Sabia describes it here, picture square, very, very clearly, going from Caicedo, from Caicedo, Rice to Havertz. It's like going from Beyonce, Rihanna to Susan Boyle. See, it's just that easy. You don't even need anyone to spell it out for you. So if these are the kind of players, that Mikel Arteta is looking at, see, Onome, I don't see my team challenging you guys for the top because you're the team to beat. You're the master. You're the biggest boys right now, yeah? You're the team to beat. I don't see Arsenal challenging for the title next season with the players I'm looking at right now. Castagne, Havertz. These guys won't do anything. In fact, they're worse. The other one was from a relegation team, that went through relegation this season. Kai Havertz couldn't even pull Chelsea up the dirt this season.
I would say, right?
And it's good enough for Arsenal to challenge Man City.
I would say, right? I would
not
say,
buying
right,
it.
where I'm disappointed a little bit with Mikel Arteta is the fact that you sat next to Pep for God knows how many years, 3 years, 4 years, right? Won a few titles and stuff. Seeing how because these statistics I'm just giving to you now in terms of player stats, player starts and who's getting what starts and whatnot, right? He would have experienced it. He would have heard Pep talk about it and how Pep manages the times and the minutes and stuff. So for him to go from that to come to Arsenal and have these players play 36, 35, 36, 35, 36, 35 league games is absolutely unbelievable to me, right? That is where I'm kind of disappointed a little bit, because if you learn from somebody and you see that method is successful and stuff, when you get a chance to do something, surely you kind of want to copy similar, because you actually got 101 class of the actual winning formula. Not everybody gets to sit down with Pep and sponge and soak up all the information.
And soak up all the pressure.
He even contributed to all of that. So to go from that to come to Arsenal to spend what you guys call 500 million and still not have that solid squad is what I think he has gone wrong.
It's
and
horrible.
That needs to be
see, Onome, we've spent nothing less than £1 billion in 70. See, does that resonate with you? £1 billion, like anyone who owns that's a billionaire. Yeah, legitimate billionaire.
In how many seasons have you spent £1 billion?
And we cannot even get a team that's befitting enough to actually challenge City for the title. Man, it hurts. And you know what? Yeah, Emmanuel Emenike Williams. That's my man. That's my core guy, man. My core guy. And he said, Claudio Ranieri won the Premiership for Leicester, got sacked the next season following a poor performance. Did you see that? Yeah. When you get up, you don't have to. You winning the title doesn't give you express right, to be at the football club. Mikel Arteta getting second and no trophies doesn't give him express right to be at the football club. I don't just see that happening in other clubs. Look at Ancelotti. He's won lots of trophies for Real Madrid, but right now he's out. They want him out.
I understand what you're saying, but the culture for different clubs are different. The standards are different. You got to now question the standard of your board and the standard of Arsenal, because from a business side of things, what they are seeing is they are seeing progress. They are seeing a manager that's finished second and is qualified for the Champions League. Don't forget, they're lining up their pockets with this second that they finish now, and they're thinking, do I want to make a managerial change and pay from the pockets I've just lined up with how many million, sack Mikel Arteta and pay him a best part of 20, 30, 40 million to compensate his contract and then bring in somebody else. Now that person's going to demand money to now change this whole squad. They're looking at it like that because come a manager's change, come a new manager that wants to sign heaven and earth, right? And wants to get rid of half the squad. So he needs money. So they're thinking about it. Well, it's not really broken. It's all right. Let's see how he does. It's not really broken, guys. He's qualified for the Champions League. Hey, I just checked my bank account. That Champions League money is going to be coming in next year, right? Do I want to now spend that Champions League money on sacking a manager and be obsessed and say he's going to get better? No. Well, let's see what he does. We qualify for the Champions League.
But again, Arsenal's an institution. We have the money. Arsenal's an institution.
But they don't want to spend it.
It's a monument.
But you just said they spent 1 billion.
We have the money to do this, yeah. But look at the shirt sales, yeah. The invincible shirt sales, the one we used, the invincible shirt, inspired shirt jersey we used in the last game against Wolves. It sold out, yeah. It sold out, and that's what we're going to use this season. Sold out. Our merchandise sold out. They're making money. We're moving to a new stadium. Big money's been made here, man. It's not like with this poor team, we can afford to do these things. I just feel like maybe these guys don't really care about the fans that much, man. Because, man, how in God's name are we going for Havertz? If it was you, would you accept going for Havertz? Anyway, you're going for Kovacic, so you can accept anything right now.
I will accept Pep Guardiola signing me. You know what I mean? When Pep Guardiola signs you, you're not even the same person that walks into that building. That
walks into that team, right? Yeah,
you're a completely different human being, mate. Yeah, it's a different ballgame. But obviously, the clubs are different. But I just wanted to point out a few reasons as to why. Because when you're starting these players for 36 and 38 games, every single game, don't forget, inside that 38 games that Gabriel started, there were cup games that he also started. There were the FA Cup games. There were other games that he started. There were the Europa League played every Thursday night that he started as well. Yeah. Do you understand? So you're talking, he started the best part of 45 games this season. Started, not even coming on from the bench. Do you know what I mean? So when you start to do stuff like that, players get tired. And what happens is the sharpness is not there. The concentration is not there, and all they're doing is they're just going through the motion. I've been there. They're just going through the motion. They see a football, and the ball is far from them, and they realize that in order for me to get to that ball, I have to move my leg faster, which is called running, and I have to get to that ball. It becomes a robotic movement as opposed to like the sharp, boom, sprint. Do you know what I mean? It becomes like, right, okay, well, it's a 90-minute game. There's going to be some headers. There's going to be some clearances. There's going to be offside. So they go through like a motion as opposed to being sharp. When Ruben Diaz came back in our team, he was hungry. He was ready. When he came back in the team, he's like, I am not leaving this team. You are going to realize today, Pep, that I am your best centre-back. And in all that, all he got was 22 league starts out of 38. You tell me how he's not going to be sharp in those games.
He's going to be sharp. He's going to be sharp. Look at the big one here, yeah? Manchester City want to gazump that deal for Declan Rice, yeah. Arsenal threw in a bid yesterday, yeah. They threw in that bid, but they want to pay in 6 installments, yeah. West Ham is asking for 2. Arsenal have thrown in another improved bid today, yeah. But the news also today again is that Man City is plotting £100 million takeover for Declan Rice situation. What do you think? Do you guys need him, or do you guys just want to flex your muscles in the market?
I think his agent is at work. His agent is trying to let Arsenal know that you guys better step up. Man City wants him. I don't think we're bidding 100 million for Declan Rice, unless you tell me that.
Why? Because Kevin De Bruyne is getting old, right?
Let me tell you why.
You need a replacement for that, right?
Well, let me tell you why.
I'm just saying, just in case you're saying that you don't need that replacement. I think you do need one.
Okay. Let me tell you why. First of all, please do not mention Declan Rice and Kevin De Bruyne in the same sentence ever again in your life. Okay, correct yourself.
No. I can. No, actually, I can, because I'm putting him there as a replacement. That someone who's coming in to actually replace Kevin De Bruyne.
Guys in the comments.
Because Kevin De Bruyne. No. Do you want to listen to me, or do
Go
you
on,
want
sir.
to bicker about?
Go on, sir.
Kevin De Bruyne might in the next 2 seasons, he might seek a move away from the club. Yeah, to go get the big change. He's not as young as you think he is.
Okay.
Yeah, how old is he? How old is he?
It's 32.
He's 32. So what are we talking about? And
Okay.
how
Are you
old is the
done?
so
Are you
that's what
done?
I'm talking about. He could
Can
come
I speak?
into that Man City team and be that replacement
Can
that
I speak?
Pep Guardiola could see you know
Can I
handling that midfield for Man City in
can I
when
speak?
De Bruyne exit.
Can I speak?
Yeah, yeah.
The reason I said don't mention them in the same sentence, I wasn't being disrespectful to Declan Rice at all. I
Mm.
said that in the sense that they play completely different position, right? They play completely different
Yeah.
position. So that is not the replacement for Kevin De Bruyne, right? So that's why I said don't mention them in the same sentence because that's completely different positions,
No,
right?
no, no. But again, Declan Rice is this type of midfielder that can actually switch up roles. If you want him in an attacking role, he can do that. If you want him to sit back deep more, he can.
How many
He's a
how many
tactical
assists
kind
how
of
many
player.
assists how many assists has Declan Rice ever managed in his life, please?
No, no, no. It's not. No,
Okay,
we're
go on.
not. See, we're not
Go
comparing
on, let's
or
go.
contrasting. I'm
But
saying
that's
I'm
what we
talking about
need.
bring.
A
No,
replacement
no,
for
no. I'm
Kevin De
not.
Bruyne
I'm
needs
not.
to be someone that assists the
See,
goals.
Onome. I'm not comparing or contrasting them. Kevin De Bruyne is a more bigger player than this guy. That there's no question about that. I'm saying that Declan Rice is that kind of midfielder you can bring into the fray and come and change things up. It
Okay.
offers you
Well,
that dynamism that you would love to have in Man City.
well,
Defensively,
I
he's good as a
completely,
midfielder. Attacking is also good. It could score you some kind of goals. It could run around the 18-yard box at times if you need him to.
I completely disagree. They play different positions. I'll tell you what's happening at City right now. Right? Phil Foden this season has now been trusted by Pep to go into midfield. That's what's happening right now, right? I
Mm-hmm.
watch our
Mm-hmm.
games and I see what's happening, right? Phil Foden
Mm-hmm.
has been trusted. So it's very clear that next season, Phil Foden is going to be trusted in that midfield position. So whatever happens with Bernardo Silva and Gundogan, for example, we already have
Mm.
Phil Foden, who has now been trusted enough and been given that. The shift for me was the last game of the Champions League where Pep could have gone the easiest route ever, which is to when Kevin De Bruyne was coming off, he would have brought on Phil Foden and he would have put Bernardo Silva in midfield and put Phil Foden wide. But no, he kept everything as it is and he put Phil Foden in our biggest game in the club history. He put Phil
Mm.
Foden in that midfield position and he was absolutely fantastic, right? He runs with the ball.
Yeah.
He's got a through pass in him. He works very hard. He's got very good goal ratio in him as well. So when you talk about a midfielder and people might say, oh yeah, we're losing Gundogan or we're losing Bernardo Silva. Well, Phil Foden is already made and he's actually going to play that position. So that's one problem kind of solved a little bit. But when I talk about Declan Rice, you're talking about Declan Rice coming into Man City in that Rodri position. Now we know Rodri is going to get his 28 to 35
Mm.
starts next season,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So
Mm.
when you now say Rodri is going to get his 28 to 35 starts next season, Declan Rice for 100 million is not a player that's going to come and be on the
And
bench for that long.
Donome, that's what I told you that Declan Rice is a dynamic midfielder. Is not
He's
just
a
that
defense. He's a
midfielder
defensive.
that you
He's a
can.
defensive midfielder.
Yeah, but it's not that midfielder you can put in a box. It could
Yeah,
actually multitask. It could.
we
It
would
could.
we
It
would
could
need that. We would need. I'm telling you now. The reason why this is happening to Arsenal is because the agent is trying to just put some fire up their ass and say, you guys better come in because Man City want him. People they do this all the time. We did this to Man United a lot. It was done to Man United. Oh, Man City want Maguire and did it. Man United want Maguire. Who pay 80 million? Oh, off you go. Oh, Chelsea want Cucurella. They do this all the time. They use other clubs to drive up your price and drive up your seriousness to get the player. I guarantee you, Declan Rice does not want to go out of London. Declan Rice is going to sign for Arsenal. He doesn't want to leave London. He's not going to go to Manchester. He will sign for Arsenal. That is a guarantee for you. He's not going anywhere else. He signs for Arsenal, right?
but
City don't want
but
him. City
again,
don't want him.
but
If
again,
City
in the
want him, we'll
news,
go and get him.
you guys have entered into the fray. £100 million. You guys have entered into the fray.
We're not spending 100
It's
million
very
pounds for Declan
possible
Rice.
that
Let me
you
tell
guys,
you.
and you know, any of these guys, Man City just call for,
Let me.
yeah.
Yeah, of course. But let me
They
tell you.
want to
Let me
go
tell you
crazy.
positions that. Let me tell you positions that we're getting. We're getting Vardio, right? We're getting Vardio for
Yeah.
from Leipzig. We're getting him in. We're gonna get rid of Laporte. We're gonna get him in, right? He's that left-sided stroke, left back, left-sided defender, right? So that's like for
Mhm.
like replacement. Our other defenders all staying. We're gonna get in obviously Kovacic. You know, if that goes through, we're gonna get in Kovacic, and probably gonna get in a winger. Which winger? I don't know. I would love Leroy Sané back. I would absolutely love him because I feel like he's
Oh,
mature.
Leroy, right? Yeah.
He's mature now. He's more sensible now. He's more mature now. He kind of realizes the game. How you know what I mean? He kind of realizes, okay, this is serious
Yeah.
stuff. Like I'm at a football club. I got to act correct. I got to
Well,
play
again, even
play
at
serious
City,
attack.
even when he was at City, I did count him as a top player
He wasn't. He wasn't. He
at
is
the
and was a
time.
top
Yeah,
player. He was.
top
He
player.
was. He was nasty. Leroy Sané was just. He was amazing. I felt it when he left, but you know what it is with Leroy. You had and it's so difficult because when you have two players in the same team doing similar jobs, both playing week in week out, and one of their
Mm,
wages is 250,000, and the other one's wages is like 140,000. They're thinking, hang on, come on, man, what's going on here? Why is this such a big difference? I think that's what happened with Leroy, and that's exactly what happened to Mane as well. Mane is thinking, why Salah is on 300,000? I'm on 100,000. So that's what's
yeah,
happened with
yeah,
Leroy, where you're thinking, why is Raheem Sterling getting so much and I'm not getting that much? Do you know what I mean? Or
that
if I
much.
go to Bayern,
Mm,
I'll get. Do you know what I mean? I'll get whatever I want to get. I'll win trophies and stuff. But I just feel like he's a more mature player now. If he was to come back to City, that is the winger that we need. There's not a lot of wingers available out there that has this speed because we need a winger with pace. We've lost that when Raheem Sterling left. So we need an actual pacey winger. Is what we need right now, right? We don't have a pacey
yeah,
winger. We have tricky wingers, but we don't have a pacey winger
yeah.
that goes in behind and stuff, for that counter attack. So
Mm,
we are gonna get a centre back in. We're probably gonna get a midfielder in. Definitely gonna get a midfielder in. But guess what? We've actually signed another midfielder in Phil Foden already. Do you know what I mean? So when we bring in a winger,
mm.
it will make sense with Phil Foden moving in there. And don't forget as well, Jack Grealish for Aston Villa as well is also that midfielder that can play that 10 role. He's actually a number 10.
Exactly, yeah,
So
and that's what I'm telling you about the
there's a
changing dynamics of
there's
this
a lot of
midfield. It can
flexibility.
change.
Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility in there. So
Yeah,
we're fine. We got hungry players and stuff, but I don't think Declan Rice comes to City for 100 million. We will not pay 100 million for Declan Rice. We don't sign
for Declan Rice.
Jack Grealish is our most expensive, and he's 100 million. We pay the release clause for him. That's our most expensive. We're not going to be signing 100 million for Declan Rice. That is up to
Onome,
us.
the last and final question, because of course we had a cap of 40 minutes, but
I
we've
know,
gone
I
to
know.
1 hour. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
That's cool, man.
See, Onome, you just won the treble, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Your fiercest rivals at least in your city, yeah, Manchester United. They got that treble too in 99.
Mm-hmm.
99 treble,
Yeah.
2023 treble. Which one? Forget that you're a Manchester City fan. I wanted to just tap into your true football self, yeah, and look at it head on. Do you think that City's treble trumps that of Manchester United in any way?
I don't think it trumps it. I think it is exactly as it is. People are going to compare and stuff,
Hmm.
because like we know, a new car, you're always going to think, oh, this Ford Focus, this is better than my other car because this is the one you're
Yeah.
seeing right now. Do you know what I mean? But you had a completely different feeling when you was driving the other car before. You also got memories with the other car. So what's happened here is we've just equaled it. That's what it is. We've just equaled the treble that they did. Now you might want to go into it and go and start to say, oh, the points gained and this and the other. It's all different eras. It's all different leagues and all different players and different football and different systems now. Because if we wanted to go down that route, for example, and
Hmm.
you could argue and say, oh, well, nobody's ever done the invisible, for example. And everybody else can argue and say, well, that invisible season only won the league by 79 points. In recent times, the league has never been won with 79 points. It's been
True.
86 upwards and 89 upwards.
The bar's been, it has been.
Are you getting hundreds?
See,
It's
the
crazy.
bar has
The bar
been
has been
set,
set
man.
high. So you can't say this trumps that one. This is just what City had to do this season in order to win the league. And these performances, sometimes I'm afraid, before teams actually get on the pitch, they're already scared. They're already scared of City before they even get on the pitch.
City.
Now, City's home, for example, you're coming to City's home, you're thinking, these guys haven't lost a league game. We haven't lost the Champions League game in our home for 5 years. Do you know what I mean? So you're coming to City's home and you're thinking, these guys haven't lost for God knows how long. So you're already coming with a mindset and a mentality of like, boys, this is going to be a difficult game. They haven't lost for...
This is going to be a difficult one.
Do you know what I mean? So your mindset and your mentality is already beaten already before you get on the pitch. And now when you get on the pitch, you now see certain things. We scored that early goal, for example. Oh my God, shit. City scored the early goal. Oh, these guys, whenever they score, they never concede and they never lose a game. Oh, this one is finished. Do you know what I mean? So you're already coming with a mentality that is already lost before you come in there. Nobody comes to City with like a mentality of like, yeah, we'll do them. Guys,
Unless you're Brentford.
You have to throw that one in there.
See, the Assembled say something to you, Onome. It says City will more likely use Phillips as a make weight in any deal for Rice. 50 to 60 million plus Phillips for Rice will be perfect for Rice. And
if that happens, then I can understand that.
You guys don't need Phillips. Phillips would genuinely want a way. He's gotten his treble.
Let me tell you this. We don't
won the Champions League. He can say, man, let me just go back where I could be playing, and be a big figurehead, in another football club, and be getting the money and be getting the gameplay. He's won the Champions League. Yeah, it could happen.
You know what the crazy thing is? We don't need Rice, but Rice needs us. That's the problem. We don't need these players, but these players need us.
They need you guys,
So when you come calling, for example, and say, by the way, Man City, say, what did you say? No, Man City is a Premier League team. Oh, right, I thought you wanted to say Man City want me. So the minute Man City want, they're like, Man City is turning into that. It's turning into that elite club now, where it's like, boy,
I'm sorry, it is an elite club. I'm sorry, man.
Turned into an elite club.
It's an elite club. You've just won the Champions League. It's an elite club. You've got, with the way you guys have done, this season, Pep Guardiola has actually put your club up on that map.
All the way there.
That's where you guys are right now. It's put you guys on a pedestal that many other clubs can never reach. Bro, it's a treble.
And this brings me to my last point.
You treble this season. I want Arsenal winning the treble next season, man. But
this brings me to a point. This brings me to a point, right?
And we're tinkering and haggling in the transfer window. It's horrible.
It brings me to a point, right? It brings me to a point, right? Where when people talk about, when Pep leaves, that's it, they're over. What people don't actually realize is a culture of winning monsters and winning mentalities actually being created over here. So yes, Pep will eventually leave, but when Pep leaves, it's now, you see when I talk about your board not supporting the manager, your board not picking the right person. When Pep leaves, it's now up to the board to pick the next manager that is going to come into that believes in the culture. So when they're interviewing for the manager, they're interviewing and go like, how do you feel winning the treble? Like, how are you going to manage players' minutes? How are you going to manage these players?
I have a problem with that statement. I really do think that Pep Guardiola single-handedly, I'm sorry, the players too have a role in that, but I really do think that guy, his presence in that football club alone, his mentality, is a tactical genius.
Of course.
It's been very hard before Man City. See, I hear of talk of of your former players, coming in to handle it when Pep leaves. See, if Pep leaves that football club, it will take a part of the soul of Manchester City. I'm sorry. Pep Guardiola is this tactician that has been able to imprint his timestamp on that football club. See the way he changes the game, yeah, the technicalities involved. This guy knows how to lays out substitutes. It's not see every coach, not every coach can be in that bracket. Knowing the kind of player to bring in at the particular point in time, you don't need that substitution. Not many coaches know how to do that. It's easy to just make substitutions, but Pep Guardiola knows the timestamp. Yeah, he knows the hour and the second, exactly the second, to bring in a player. That's what Mikel Arteta lacks. He lacks things like that. He lacks game management skills. He doesn't.
I said it. I
Doesn't
told you that
in
before.
any way.
There was a game.
Yeah, he
Sorry, there was a
doesn't
game.
have that. And that's
Sorry.
what Pep Guardiola. That's what Pep Guardiola got. He got all these things, yeah. And I'm sorry, you guys are going to struggle to find a replacement for that type of tactical genius. This is where I have a
Nobody's going to
problem
be able to
with
get that
Manchester City.
tactical genius.
It depends.
Nobody's
It
going to be able.
depends. If he lays down before he leaves, if he keeps a corpus of players that have this winning mentality, it might just go maybe 2 seasons at the top before that drop will come. Because Pep Guardiola, you can't see, you can't find a replacement for that guy. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not saying we're going to find a replacement for Pep Guardiola exactly. What I'm saying is, we probably won't win the Premier League at the rate at which we're winning it right now, which is 5 out of 6. But I guarantee you, we're not gonna go 3 seasons without winning the Premier League. That's for sure. We're not gonna go, 2 or 3 seasons without winning the Premier League. It's going to be literally. It's going to slow down at a rate.
It depends on the manager. It depends on the manager. See, lots of things. See, man, after this coming season, lots of things are going to come into the fray. When we see Pep Guardiola leave the football club, bro, that's when I'll test the metal. That's when we'll test the metal to get where Man City as a football club is at the time. No, it's true.
Man City as a football club is where it is right now.
Look at Manchester United. Look at Manchester United. Alex Ferguson leaves the club, and look at how shitty they are. Yeah, these guys can't even constantly get Champions League football. And imagine how big that club is. They struggle to get Champions League football this season, man. It's not like they came second or they pushed you guys to the wire, right?
Manchester United.
And Alex Ferguson left, and that's when all these problems came to the fray.
If I'm correct,
so if Pep leaves your football club, don't be too confident that you're going to be seeing 5-6 titles in 8 years.
No, not possible. If I'm correct, right? If I'm correct, Manchester United when Ferguson left, the soul, the backbone in terms of like the technical director, the men behind the scenes were sacked as well. If I'm correct, right? The technical director, the this, the that, the coaching staff, for example, Moyes came in, and even Ferguson said, "Listen, keep Mike Phelan or whatever his name was, keep this person, and these guys will guide you and stuff." And he decided, nope, he wanted to wipe out and he wanted to bring in, right? Those kind of stuff probably wouldn't happen with Pep, because we've got such a big backroom staff, for example, that when Pep leaves, for example, Pep is not going to take all this staff with him to the next club, because I believe that when Pep leaves Man City, his next destination will be international, right? Which is why I don't think he's going to leave in 2 years. He probably will leave in 2 years, but I don't think he's going to leave in 2 years, because right now there's no other project out there that Pep is going to go and start building.
But what does he want to win again? He has nothing else to prove.
And so what?
He's won it all.
Does that mean he quits football?
Do you understand what I'm saying? He's done it all. There's nothing to prove.
And so what?
But he's done it all. He will leave your football club. He's done it all. He's done everything.
Okay.
He doesn't need anything from your football club again. He's
done
it all.
Let me ask you a question. If a manager comes on the site on scene, and in his first season he wins all the trophies possible. Manager of the year, everything. Does that mean the manager quits football because he's done it all?
See, you can't compare that with the situation Pep is in. He's a Barcelona legend. He's won trophies, countless of trophies with Barcelona. He's gone to Bayern Munich, won the title down there. See, yeah, this guy's a legend for a reason because he's gone to many places, foreign lands, and battled and won the titles down there. He's won the Champions League with Barcelona. He's come down here to Man City, won at least five trophies in terms of Premier Leagues in 6, right? He's made it 5 and 6 now, right?
Doesn't mean he quits, bro.
He's won that, and mind you, he just gave you a treble.
Doesn't mean he quits.
In the Premier League has won a treble.
It doesn't mean he quits.
And he's won the Champions League with this team.
It doesn't mean he quits. Again, it doesn't mean he quits.
Even Alex Ferguson can't even boast of winning the Champions League with another team. Come on, man. This guy has done it all.
It doesn't mean he quits, though. You're saying it like because he's done it all, he should leave. You guys think what I don't like.
Wait, are you asking me? I want him to live. What are you talking about?
You know what I don't like. No,
wait. Let's backtrack. I want him to live. What are you saying?
I know you want him to leave. You know what I don't like what I'm hearing right now. You know what I don't like what I'm hearing right now.
I want Pep Guardiola to leave the club.
Listen,
what are you
Tony,
saying?
let me make this point. You know what I don't like what I'm hearing right now from everybody else in this league. A lot of people say it, right? Is that it's not fair. When Pep leaves, then we'll get a fair league. Bro, suck it up. Suck it up. Work harder. Do your business. Sign your players. Stop waiting for Pep to leave. Stop praying that Pep leaves before you guys start to perform. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, mate. It's ridiculous. Concentrate on your club. Concentrate on your signings. These players are out there. The players we've signed are not frigging Hollywood stars. Nathan Ake was relegated with his club. Like you said, Nathan Ake was relegated with his club. Suck it up and play your football. Pay the money for Declan Rice if that's who you need. Simple. Stop crying. People are crying too much. Stop being crybabies. Suck it up. Get your players working. Stop signing players like Vieira that can't kick the freaking football, that kicks the football and the football kicks him and it falls down. And then expect sign your players, suck it up and play the damn game. It's 11-11 on the pitch. Get your act together. Get your house together. Simple. Don't ever get it twisted. Every freaking football owner has money. They've got money. Some more than others, but they have money to sign players. Are you telling me that Arsenal or Chelsea or anybody can't sign a Kanji for 15 million? They can bloody sign a Kanji for 15 million. Are you telling me they can't sign freaking Alvarez for 17 million? They can sign Alvarez for 17 million. So suck it up. Get your recruitment right, get your scouts right, and go and sign these fucking players. And stop looking at another man's plate when you're in the restaurant. Oh, look at his plate. He's got plantain in his plate. I don't have plantain in my plate. What's going on, chef? Why don't I have plantain? Did you order plantain? No, you didn't order plantain.
It's true.
You ordered rice.
I
rice
agree.
and beans.
No, I agree with you, man.
Simple.
I agree with you.
Sorry you have to get irritated like that, but that's the honest truth. Yeah. Bloody hell, mate.
Man, on the man just gone off on Arsenal, man. Go and get your players. Stop relying on Pep Guardiola to leave before you go and get the players. Go get the players. Caicedo is joining Chelsea. Man.
There you go.
Arsenal forever, yeah. Any news you hear about Arsenal, any news they assembled, yeah. All you see, yeah, guys, yeah. Any news you hear about Arsenal, they're all lies. See, even the bid that they're saying we've bid, for the lies. We've not bid anything. Yeah, this football club is a joke. It's a joke. How in God's name are we allowing Caicedo to join Chelsea? The man, them, yeah, they don't even have Champions
because
League
you
football.
guys are wasting time.
You
want the player, go and get the player. You're wasting time. You're dragging your feet. Man, you're trying to price him down.
I don't understand what's going on.
I don't understand. Time.
This Declan Rice deal, I thought in the papers they said it's already done. That's a done deal. Yeah, that's just for Arsenal to just throw in that bid, and then the guy will come. Will be at Coney.
Liverpool wants
but
McAllister.
Right now, it's all lies.
Liverpool wanted McAllister. What have they done? They've gone and got him McAllister. Signed, sealed, and delivered. See you later. See you in pre-season, son. You want a player? Go and bloody get the player. Stop freaking dragging your feet. And then you're in another sense, you're waiting for Pep Guardiola to freaking leave. Stop waiting for Pep Guardiola to leave. The guy's been here 7 years. What does that tell you? He's been here longer than any other club. You're going to suffer in pain for 9 years before you start performing. And what's the guarantee that when Pep Guardiola leaves, you're going to be in a position to overtake Man City straight away? Because what Pep Guardiola is actually doing there is building a frigging dynasty. That's what he's doing. There's no guarantee that Man City is going to fall off as soon as he leaves. There's no guarantee. That's no
But
guarantee.
wait, yeah. Will you say that Pep Guardiola's legacy at Manchester City is bigger than that of Alex Ferguson?
No.
I'm sorry, I'm tinkering into this
I'm not
areas, into these grey areas. But
I'm not. Listen,
man,
Alex
we
Ferguson
need
won
to talk
13
about
Premier Leagues, mate. He won 13 Premier Leagues, right? Two different eras, right? Alex Ferguson won 13 Premier Leagues. If Pep Guardiola stayed that long, he will obviously overtake that, but he's not going to stay that long, right? But in terms of football, in terms of
so he will leave,
football,
right? He will leave, right?
yes,
He will
yes,
leave,
he's
right?
gonna leave eventually. Oh, you're happy about that? Oh, well done. Yeah, celebrate that he will leave.
He has to
Nothing
go,
lasts forever.
man.
Of course, he's gonna
He
leave.
has to go. He has to go.
He has to go. Can you imagine this? In terms of football, every human being wants to play football like the way Pep Guardiola plays. Every team, lower league teams, conference teams, everybody wants to play the ball from the back. So in terms of football, he's actually created a football legacy. Never mind Man City or whatever. He's created a football legacy. He's changed the game. He's changed football. Do you know what I mean? But my thing is, I'm not comparing him to Sir Alex Ferguson, right? He's equaled him. That's great. That's one of his achievements that is equaled and stuff. But Premier League titles, they got 13, mate. We got a long way to go for that. It's like trying to say, oh yeah, we won one Champions League now, mate. Jude Bellingham just
No. I'm not talking of Manchester United as a football club. I'm talking of Pep versus Alex Ferguson. Because Pep has scooped up all these awards,
it's from two different eras, man. It's hard to compare. I remember when players were going for 30 million, and that was a lot of money. Now we've got youth team players that we've sold to Southampton for freaking 15, 16, 17 million that never kicked a football in our first team, and we sold them for 17 million. Do you know what I mean? It's a completely different era now.
It's a different ball game.
We sold Romeo Lavia for like 16 or 12 or 15 million. We sold the keeper. We sold Adozie. You know what I mean? So it's a completely different era. Youth team players are going for millions now. Youth team players. So it's a completely different game now. Back in the past, youth team players didn't go for that much. Do you know what I mean? So now you've got average players that are pricing for over 50-something million. I mean, even Calvin Phillips that we signed for 50-something. Do you know that Calvin Phillips has only got about 58 to 60 Premier League games to his name? That's all he has.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, to his name. That's all he has. So he's not even experienced like that in the Premier League. Because remember, he was at Leeds when Leeds was all the way down there. And remember, he made his England debut from Leeds in the Championship. And then we signed him when Leeds came up. Do you know what I mean? So he's only got a handful of games to his name. Do you know what I mean? But he's got for 50-something million. So it's a completely different era and completely different ball game.
Different era.
Really I don't really like to compare him. I like to just enjoy what I'm enjoying right now. If I watch the football highlights of back in the past, okay, I'll give you an example why it's hard to compare. Right now, everybody's going about Maradona's a legend, Big Ronaldo is a legend, the Zidanes, the Beckhams, the legends. Now, in this day and age, they look at statistics. In this day and age, they look at goals and they look at assists. Now, if you want to compare Cristiano Ronaldo to any of those names you just mentioned, he trumps them in terms of statistics, right? But still, they are going to be legends because you know what it is? Like I said about the cars, right? When you're driving that car, you have the feeling of that car, right? When you go into a new car, you got the feeling of that car. We grew up knowing all these players, right? And we know the feeling we had. I was in Nigeria when Kano Nwankwo, Atlanta 96, scored that goal. That fantastic goal against Brazil in the quarterfinal, in the semi-final, right? So we know the feeling we had with all these players. So forevermore, we're going to say Kano Nwankwo, oh my God. Do you know what I mean? Because there is a certain feeling it brings in us. But when you come to statistics, it's different. So people in Alex Ferguson's time that had the feeling when he was winning those trophies and winning those when they speak now, they will speak from that. But when you go into the future, the younger generation, for example, when they talk about Pep, they got the feeling now. We've gone through the nerves, the nervousness. I was shit scared of the Champions League final. As the game went on, I was like, oh my God. I thought we'll be 1 or 2 goals up by now. This is 0-0.
Yeah.
These guys are going to nick a goal. And they had chances.
It's, I thought you guys would give those guys a whooping, but
Yeah.
I
So when
was
you
just
go,
so
when you go,
shocked
when you
at
go
what
far
happened.
forward in the future, and you ask me about the Champions League, I will remember that feeling. Do you understand? So it's a feeling thing. It's just a feeling that people feel and make people want to compare this and compare that. Statistics.
Good. Onome, just before we go, the last one before we go. See, invincible season. That's the record. Yeah, that none of all these managers have broken. That Wenger got. Yeah, is that the single most biggest legacy remaining? Of course, in the Premier League, that should be broken. Is that it? Because it has just been laid bare that Ferguson's legacy is null and void right now. Pep has
It's
equaled
equal,
it.
yeah.
In fact, he has done it in a very I even really thought that City haven't even kicked up a gear this season, this past season. I really thought you guys didn't even play at your best. Yeah, you guys just played normal, like normal. I've seen you guys play at your best, and this past season wasn't really your best, and you won the treble. Then what if you guys play at your best? What can happen? Do you think you can be trumping that invincible season? And is this the last most important eroded legacy in the Premiership to be broken? Yes, to be broken.
Answer to that question is no. I don't think we're going to ever do that. I don't think we want to
Okay.
do that. I don't think we even intend to do that. I don't think we're even looking at that. Like I said, it's different eras. It's completely different eras, right?
Yeah.
City won 14 games in a row to win the league, right? And then all of a sudden we lost 2 games. We lost and drew a game just because players have to be rested. Priorities for competitions are different. So there are certain times when players are going to be rested, and the squad is going to be slightly weaker and stuff. So it's not a thing that we're going to chase. Right now, City is going into an era where we're going to be prioritizing the Champions League and the Premier League mainly.
Yeah.
Right? Mainly. You're going to start seeing City resting players a lot more in the Carabao Cup, for example, right? Because we've been there now, done that, won 4 in a row, proved ourselves. That's a trophy. Now it's time for our youth, our sort of younger players to use that as their game
Nico
time.
Lewis and all that man them, yeah?
Yeah, to use that as a game time. Because right now, the first team is going to be prioritized. You see how Real Madrid, for example, they prioritize their league and the Champions League. That's the 2 trophies they go for. They even prioritize the Champions League more than their league. So that's what the big clubs are going to be doing. And that's what the era the City is going to enter now, where it's like the Champions League and the league are the 2 things that are compulsory for this club to win every year or every 2 years. One of those trophies has to come home. Every 2 years, one of those trophies have to come home. That's what's going to be, in my opinion, that's what's going to start happening. Yeah. So we're not thinking about no invisible league or invisible time or anything like that. That's not.
Yeah.
No, that's not going to be broken. You guys can keep that, enjoy it. And by the way, you have us to thank for that, because Liverpool almost did it. And we beat them, and that's the only game they lost.
Exactly, man.
So you're welcome, sir.
Liverpool almost did it, man.
You are welcome. You are welcome.
Liverpool almost did it, but again, they almost.
Where's our chocolate? Where's
the
our
word,
flowers?
see. The word is they almost. That's
Where's our flowers and our chocolates?
But they never did it. And you, man, at your best, couldn't achieve the invincible season. I'm not saying that that's where I want to be right now, but I'm just saying that you've not achieved it. And I feel
we don't want it. We don't want it. We don't want
it. No, I completely get that. If that's not in your, in your achievement bucket, good. I clearly understand that. But you guys haven't achieved that. See it, guys. We've come to the end of the show.
Yes, Love Island is about to start, guys.
Yeah, Southampton Gunner. When are we gonna have the transfer roundup, man? My brother.
Love Island is about to start, guys. I gotta go watch Love Island with the. That's bonding.
All right, man. Big ups, Onome.
Peace, guys.
Thanks for coming
Enjoy
to the show, man. Ola, please, before you, Onome, please, before you go, can you just tell us about the show that will be coming up next season for us?
Oh, that show will be fire, man. Me and Tony
partners in crime. Partners in crime. Why we named it partners in crime is because we used to take players from Arsenal before in the past, and now Arsenal are taking players from us. So we are partners in crime.
Oh
You know,
my God.
that's it. That's why we named it that. We are partners.
Guys,
Whether you like it
let
or
that
not,
sink
we're
in.
partners.
Let that sink in. Oh no, man, big up to you, man. Big up
Peace.
to you, man.
Peace.
Yeah. See, yeah, guys, yeah. The Southern Gunner, I hope you heard that, yeah. The Man City taking players away from us, yeah. And now we're the ones going to them to buy, to buy their pensioners. They might be good, no doubt, in it. But man, how has the mighty fallen? Yeah, how has the mighty fallen? So the Southern Gunner, when are we going to have our transfer roundup, man? We need to have that transfer roundup. We need to look into it, man. Look at what's going on, man. Declan Rice, we can't even hold it down. I thought I see it, guys. Yeah, I really thought that we had this already, locked in. Yeah, and now I'm waking up to the news that West Ham have rejected our first bid, and that our second bid has already been rejected again. Like when can we Arsenal fans just breathe? Like sometimes we just need to breathe. We just need to breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe with situations like this. We can't breathe. And it's a big problem, man. It's a very, very big problem. Why can't we just breathe? Yeah. My guy wants to come join in, so I would just send him the link to come in, the Southern Gunner. So because me and him we have to talk, yeah. My Autumn, my brother. My Autumn, I've sent you the link on Instagram so you can join us. See? So I'm pissed right now, yeah. Of course, you just saw on the Media Man City fan wasking lyrical about City winning the treble. I want to be in that position. I want our football club to be in that position. When are we going to be in that position? And I'm sorry, when we tinker, yeah, and haggle with prices and structure of payment with West Ham over Declan Rice, it tells me how unserious the football club is. Unserious. Caicedo thinking of joining Chelsea Football Club, yeah, a club without Champions League. It's horrible. It's horrible. I can't believe what's going on. I can't believe it. We need to look inwards, yeah, and we need to understand as fans, yeah, that these guys, yeah, they work for us. We don't work for them. We don't work for them. We demand that they go into the market and raise the bar. And raise the bar. These guys aren't raising the bar. They're not. See you guys. Guess who decided to jump in? Guys, see, Matt Odom has decided to join me on the off-season Premiership Pitch. See ya, guys. Matt Odom, the Southern Gunner. You've seen the news, right? Matt Odom, please just talk. Please just talk. And I hope the talk you're about to talk will be a pet show, because man, I need someone to pet me right now, man, because my heart bleeds and I feel bitter with what I'm hearing, man.
You better go ahead. You better go ahead and call the ambulance, because you're gonna bleed out. This club is done, bro. Hey, I just got through with TJ and Connor, man. I was just telling them, man. You gotta look at this thing, man. Me and you sat here. If anybody knows, me and you sat right here in January. And we watched it in real time. We watched the bid go in to Rice and to Salcedo. We were saying, me and you were on that train. Rice and Salcedo. That's all we need to do, and maybe 2 players, and that's all we need to do for the window. We good. That's we and make a few, get shock out, make a few rearrange a few pieces, and we good. Maybe get a striker. Instead, brother, we turn around. We're about to lose Rice. That's not looking good. Salcedo has gone to Chelsea. We're going to pay Chelsea $60 million for Kai Havertz. 7 goals, 1 assist, 30 stars. Tony, there's no excuse for Arsenal to be moving this way. And it's an embarrassment. I'm ashamed. And it's ridiculous that the fans are not standing outside the Emirates tonight with lit pitchforks and wood and torches. Talk about we're gonna burn this stadium down because y'all sat here and told us a lie. Said that we're gonna move. Now that we're in the Champions League, we're gonna move better. We can get a better, greater player. That's all BS because Chelsea's in 12th place. Yeah, and just like the symbol, he brought it up earlier today. Yeah, this is what I'm starting to worry about now. Is that this right here? Is that this gentleman?
Yeah, exactly saying. The assembled said it. Oh my God, man!
Right there. They're going to come out. He signed one more 1-year deal. We'll bring in Rice, whatever, and then it's the same old. Tony, this is why I keep trying to tell people.
We might not even bring Rice.
What?
You say we bring Rice. We might not even bring him in. Man City just got into the fray, £100 million. They're ready to give him that money, to give West Ham that money in a sitting.
And then we'll buy Gundogan. We'll buy Gundogan from Man City. We'll turn around and buy Gundogan from Man City to fund it. I told y'all we the only team that funds our competition. We're the only team. And people are going to have to understand this. They're going to have to start realizing, man, that last year was the mirage. Last year, it looked like we were headed places. It looked like it. But in reality, we're not, Tony. How do you know that, Matt? This is day 2 of the transfer window. It took Chelsea less than 48 hours to get a deal over the line. Less than 48 hours for a player that we had already had in order. I said it yesterday on my channel. We in January, the terms, people always talk about, well, they got to negotiate them. They got to figure all this stuff out. Tony, the money in the paperwork was already laid out. They knew what they wanted at the end of the season. Yesterday, they should have already been submitting the paperwork and the check. You know how when you get ready to pay a bill, Tony, you had you had a check. You had a check laid out just like this, so that when you just stick it in the bill in the envelope, and if you need to mail it, you just go ahead and send it out. They should have had the check written out, ready to go on yesterday. Pochettino is going to go down there. He's at Chelsea, and he's going to turn this man.
He's going to go on a shopping spree.
Yeah, he's going to go on a shopping spree. Chelsea's going to rise back to prominence next year. We're going to be where Chelsea is right now next year. And then people are going to be wondering what the hell just happened. And I keep trying to tell people, you got people online. I'm looking online right now. You got people saying that anybody that thought we were getting Rice and Salcedo are complete fools. That's what Arsenal fans are saying. It was Rice all along. They're trying to clean up the narrative and say, oh, well, it was Rice all along. It was Rice. That's what they really wanted. They didn't want Salcedo.
It's a lie. It's a lie. We were in for both of them. It's a lie.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony.
Lies, yeah. It's all lies. It's all lies. See, Matt, yeah, don't be surprised that these guys haven't even thrown a bid for West Ham. Don't be surprised. See, nothing surprised me with this football. Don't be surprised these guys haven't even bid for this guy. They're just talking.
Yeah.
They're just talking. Don't be surprised. These guys haven't thrown out a bid.
Yeah.
This guy, they lie too much. They lie too much. Yeah. They lie too much. All these other teams, tap that boom, they go, they get their man, they get who they want. But Arsenal will keep haggling over this. Okay, this Caicedo. Why in God's name will Caicedo pick Chelsea over us?
He went.
Win the Champions League. We came second last season. We're the top dogs. Why wouldn't they come for us?
Right there, baby. Right there. Hey, what they say don't come into America? I don't want the kind that jingles. We want the kind that fold. They know what they say don't come into America? Say don't want the kind that fold, baby. He want the money that fold. He got his money. He got his bag. Chelsea got what they want. And then Chelsea said, yeah, we'll send y'all Havertz. We'll send you Havertz. So y'all can fund it. So that way it only costs us $30 million.
Well, have you? But wait, Matt, you're not supposing Mikel Arteta. Big ups to you, man. He says, "Poch, it's cocaine." Exactly, man. That's what these other coaches do. But our own, see, he doesn't love to cook. He's not cooking. Yeah, he doesn't even have ingredients to cook. This guy doesn't cook. See, man, I've noticed this scenario that Arsenal have newly adopted. Yeah. Of trying to fund other teams' transfer plans with our own money when we need the players they are going for. Yeah, Arsenal willingly gives our rival teams the money, the funds to go for those players, equip their clubs with those players, and then leave us out for dead.
Yeah.
And we take their pensioners. Kai Havertz. Wait, let that sink in, guys. Forget Declan Rice. Just forget Declan Rice. Anything can happen. He's a London boy, yeah? But guys, Kai Havertz. Just let that sink in. Arsenal going for Kai Havertz. Can you believe this? Are these guys serious? Yeah? Kai Havertz. This guy, he couldn't even kick the ball for Chelsea. He couldn't even slot the ball into the net for Chelsea up to 10 times last season. And this is who Arsenal wants to go pay 50, 60 million when we could go to Inter Milan and tell Inter Milan, please, we want Martinez. What is wrong? We want Martinez and go there and say 70 because we're about to bid for Kai Havertz for 50, 60 million. Why can't we go and get a Vlahovic?
Yeah, I just told Tony and them about. I not Tony, but TJ. I told TJ and Connor. I said the money that they're spending on Kai Havertz, it'll cost you $35 million to go get Vlahovic. You could go get two players for what you're paying for this fool. So why would you not do that?
What are these guys thinking, man?
It's $60 million. You're paying $60 million. So we know you got Tony. We know they had $60 million because they're paying it for Kai Havertz. So where's the other 30? Sell Shaka and get the money and get the guy.
What about Osimhen? Yeah, Napoli. These guys, see, with 120, they will let that guy go. We already know they have 60 million for Kai Havertz. Add more 60 and we're all done.
That's the way I want people to start playing this thing up. Look at the money that they're spending on useless players that we don't need. And then when somebody comes to you and say, well, we don't have the money. So where did the 60 million come from? Where's the 70 million coming from? The money's there. The money's there. We're not spending the money.
Okay. Wait, Matt.
The proper way.
This has become a big problem, yeah? Look at what you're not supposing Mikel Arteta is saying. Poch has more pull than Arteta. Caicedo chose CFC over Arsenal. Poch over Arteta. End off. Do you agree with this statement? Because just said it on the show the other day. Do you think that Mikel Arteta doesn't have no pull at all, bro?
I mean, what does he want in 3 years? What does he want? What does he want, Tony? I know somebody's going to say, well, Pochettino hadn't won anything, but what? Look at Pochettino at Chelsea. I don't hear anything about Spurs. We hear anything about Spurs because he actually had Spurs doing fairly well there. But right now, we're going to look at Chelsea.
He's won a trophy with PSG. He won the
he's
title.
he's won a
saying anything, go and win the title. If it's
yeah,
easy.
He's managed. He's managed big players. Let's look at Arteta. Arteta, where's the world class player that he's had to deal with? Where's the world class player that he's brought in? Where are the world class players in this team? Where's the ownership that's showing ambition around here? Those are hard questions, Tony. Those are hard questions for people to answer because it's real. When you ask those kind of questions to people, it gets real. See, as Arsenal fans want to feel good. They're kind of like Holly Berry. They want to make me feel good. They want to feel good. they want to feel good.
They want to feel good, man.
I specialize in reality. The reality of the situation is that Arsenal Football Club, outside of qualifying for Europe last year, have not done anything. The window opened up. We knew it, Tony. We knew what we need. We knew this. The reason why I can stand on this so firm is because we sat right there. We watched this from beginning to end. We've watched all of this play out. We've watched this. We sat there, me and you sat there, Tony, for 2 hours and went through the transfer window. And we looked at these numbers. $19 million 1 year, 23 another year, 20 here. That's coming on players going out. Look at what Chelsea's making on Kai Havertz. They paid, what was it, 75 million for him or whatever? They're getting 60. They're almost getting all their money back.
They're almost getting all their money back. Off the back of Arsenal. And we will fund their move for them to go get a bigger striker. Man, these guys are blockheads, man. See, man, I need Edu out. I don't know about you.
It is time to clean house. It's time to clean house.
Bro, Arteta out. Bro, see, man, I need all these guys out. Why will Caicedo be picking Chelsea over us? It hurts. It burns, man. It hurts.
Yeah. You know what? People told you, Tony. I sat here, people on your panel, they've sat here and they've told you, well, we're going to be in the Champions League next year. It's like I told Wilson yesterday. I said, Wilson, I told you that this club is not going where it needs to be, and it was time for the manager to be removed, and it was time for Edu to be removed. And it's ultimately time for Uncle Stan to sell this club and move on to somebody that has the ambition. Because we are going backwards, Tony. Backwards.
But is it that they don't have the ambition? Because see, in the US, in your own country.
I watched it Monday night. I saw it Monday night.
They own the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets just scooped the championship. It's owned by Stan Kroenke. Yeah? A full-fledged sporting institution. They won there, yeah? They put up the cash, they win. See, the Rams are doing quite well. The St. Louis Rams, they're doing quite well. All the sports organizations are winning trophies. Yeah? What's up about Arsenal? Yeah? What's up with Arsenal? And again, I can't even really fully blame them in a way because these guys have put up £1 billion in 7 seasons at Arsenal. So, see, there's a problem somewhere that I'm not seeing. Because they have backed this manager. They gave him up to £500 million to spend. And this is the crap we get. And this is what I will not take from Mikel Arteta. This is what I will not take from him. I want him gone as soon as possible. But this is what I will not take that will make me want him to be gone in seconds. Yeah? Going for these half-baked players. It has to stop.
Yeah.
Let's stop every signing from Chelsea Football Club. Can we have that as a policy right now? That any signing from Chelsea Football Club, let's just stop it. Stop. Enough. It's enough. We don't need anyone from Chelsea Football Club. We don't.
Quite frankly, Tony, we don't need anybody from. People are. I know people are like, well, Matt, you're crazy if you wouldn't take Gundogan. I don't want any players from other clubs that we have to deal with on a daily basis in the Premier League, outside of in the top 4 or 5. because when they give us a player, it doesn't work out for us too often. It doesn't work out for us. You can just look at the history. Just look at the history. It doesn't work out. What time? When did we bought a player from a competing rival that has took us to the promised land?
None.
I can't think of any. I mean, if somebody watches this in a replay and you know somebody that we've bought from one of the major teams that we had to deal with, please let me know. The one time that I can remember us even trying to do it, we bid $49 million in a pound, or 42 in a pound, or whatever it was for Suarez. And how did that turn out? We have no ambition. People are going back to last year saying, well, we finished in second place. No, we qualified for Europe. That's all we did. We didn't win anything. We gave one of the trophies that they were celebrating this week. We gave to them. We gave Man City a trophy because we were not ambitious enough. They hunted us down like rabid dogs, and they took that trophy. And here we are, a month removed. Tony, we're a month removed from the season. The window opened yesterday. And me and you are talking right now as if we're on the last day of the season, of the transfer window.
Of the transfer window.
And you already know what's coming. You already know. That's why I was just telling Brother Connor, the ingredients are in the cake already. You know what's coming out of the oven. You know what's coming out. The next shoe that's going to fall, this is how it's going to go. It's going to go two ways. One, we'll either sign Rice. This is the way I've already figured it out. It's going to be one, we'll sign Rice, and he's going to be the one big signer for the summer, and then that's it. Two, we're going to either lose Rice, and then they're going to go pivot, bring in Havertz, hype that up. You're going to have, the committee is going to come out of the woodwork, and they're going to come out and try to sell us on that. All I would have to say is, if y'all are spending $60 million, surely y'all can come up with $60 million out y'all own pocket and go get Jude Bellingham. If that's what we throwing around money on players like that. If you want to get a position, he's a great mid. Just bring you go $60 million here. You got 30 here. You got 25. You got 30, and let's do the damn thing. Because if we got that kind of money to spend on Kai Havertz, then we have money to allocate to buy players of quality. That's the point I'm trying to make, is that when we can pull out $35 million for Vieira, 30 million, 40 for Vieira, almost 30 for Kivior, who apparently doesn't want to be from what I was told today, is saying he wants to go back home.
He wants to go back to the party.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
You don't want to be here.
Yeah,
you don't want to be here.
Yeah. So apparently he needs to be moved on. We've got we're paying $3 million for players that were for free. So we've got money throwing around. You can go out there and you can go get Madison and who you saw Spurs today, $50 million for Onana and what you call it. So why can't we go out there? I'd rather take the $60 million to do that, $75 million to do that. And just call it a day. If we don't get Rice, we don't get Rice. Madison and Onana, let's go on about our business. I would deal with that better than us spending $60 million on Kai Havertz, a man who scored 7 goals, 1 assist.
Okay, Matt. So I don't want to look at it. Maybe we're overtly negative or we're hating.
No, it's not negative when it's the truth, Tony. It's not negative when it's the truth.
What are the positives? Tell me what I'm not seeing. Tell me what you're not seeing. Yeah, in Kai Havertz. Just describe to me, what would this guy bring to Arsenal in any way? Because I can't decipher anything that this guy can bring to the team. What can you bring? What do you think this guy will bring to that team? I'm sorry, man. I don't understand.
He has 7 goals, 1 assist in 35 appearances. I've been saying this. If I was to not tell you that was Kai Havertz and that was a trivia question, you would think I was talking about somebody in Arsenal's academy. You would think I was talking about you would think I was talking about Eddie Nketiah. Doesn't that sound like his numbers? Doesn't that sound like Eddie and Nketiah type numbers to you? I mean, I'm sitting here now. I'm looking at his stats, man.
Nketiah is better than him for me.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats, man. I'm sitting right here now, looking at the stats, and I don't see it, man.
I don't see it. Because why I brought this question to you is that, you know, on Instagram or on Twitter, you know, they're saying, "Oh, why Arsenal fans so negative about Kai Havertz?" Bro, this guy can get us to where we want to go. He can't. He can't take us to the promised land. He can't. I don't know if Edu sees this or like what are they thinking? I'm trying to go into their minds, into their mentality. What, or do you think this is just a PR spin? What do you think this is, Matt? Because literally, I think these guys will be literal idiots if they're going for Kai Havertz.
I'll tell you what it is.
So it's unless this is just a smoke screen for smokes and mirrors.
Well, it can't be a smoke screen. It can't be a smoke screen because Caicedo done got signed. So we know it's not that. What you smoking? That's the question we should be asking. What y'all smoking? Or somebody smoking something?
Someone smoking something.
Caicedo is gone. And see, now you got the fan base coming out trying to say, "Oh well, you know what? They never were in for Caicedo. They never really wanted him. So why would you bid for a player that you don't want? Twice. Remember, Tony, we said right there, I will go find the video. We said right there, 2 bids were rejected in January. See, you can't fool me. What has happened is we have dropped the ball again. We have dropped the ball. We're not ambitious. It's like I told Curtis Shaw this morning. We have a soft underbelly. It's like you turn the little puppy over and you play with him. Soft underbelly. We get pushed around in the transfer market. We are made fools out of. Why are we even dealing with Chelsea on anything, Tony?
Anything, man.
For what? After that William deal, there's nothing else for me to talk to y'all about. That's how I would look at it.
Even Jorginho, you know, he got a chance to go play with Sarri in this transfer window. He said no, he's not leaving. He's comfortable at Arsenal.
Comfortable, man.
Comfortable. These guys don't want to leave. They want to stay. They'll be fools if they said we want to go. They'll be fools, literal fools.
What I told you about Suarez. They're comfortable. I'm gonna start referring to Arsenal as a country club, man. Country club. Arsenal Country Club. Where you can come relax. You got champagne treatment, you got water, you got a puppy you can play with, you got everything.
With the dog.
Yep, you can kick your feet back up, man. Enjoy yourself. You don't have to produce. You don't have to do anything. You know, you finish in second place. You had a great season. I go look over there at Real Madrid, and Jude Bellingham is talking about breaking records and winning trophies and what I want to do, and the club has reassured me that this is what they want to do. But then you look over, and we got to go play that kind of stuff. By the way, in the Champions League, this club is out of order. It's out of order, man.
The lies. This guy has spirit, and the assembled captures it well here. Is it Matt?
Lies.
To the
Thompson twins. Anybody's born in the 80s, the Thompson twins. Lies. Yeah, they're gonna get you. Lies.
The lie. You know, and the transfer. See, man, we have to do a transfer show. I don't know. I have a transfer show tomorrow. Miss Melina is supposed to come, but I think she's not feeling well. So if she's not coming, I'm
gonna be out of town tomorrow, man. I hate it, man. I'm gonna be out of town. I will be in North Carolina.
When next would you be here so we can do a transfer show? Because it's my turn to host the transfer show.
I will be in on, if you want to do it Sunday or Monday, I'm available, brother. We can make it happen.
Sunday, we can do it Sunday. Anytime on Sunday.
Let's do Sunday our normal time.
Sunday is too sudden. I think Monday will be okay.
Monday works for me.
Yeah, Monday. What time? UK time.
Yep.
What time would you
Like we do
prefer?
our number 2, 3 o'clock, whatever, whichever one you want.
Okay, then I'll
Yep.
communicate that to you, man. But at least before then, let's hope that this Declan Rice situation is settled because we need something to talk about, man. We need at least some news, something to go by. Yeah, a little bit of a breather. Yeah, Caicedo leaving, Havertz coming. Man, I don't understand, man. It's a disgrace, man. It's a
Well,
disgrace.
brother, it's nothing. It's nothing like I told you. If I knew once we opened that transfer window, and I didn't see Declan Rice holding up that that jersey, I knew then that they weren't serious because they've had a whole 6 months to get this thing in order. There's no excuse because they've already went for the player. We know that they wanted that player, and this is what I keep trying to tell people is that we know for a fact Arsenal went after these players. This isn't some dirt sheet paper talk. This is we went out and looked for this player. And right there, think about this. These are questions that need to start being asked. What are the alternatives? Vieira or Xhaka? And we're going to the Champions League.
Oh my God.
Long way to go, man. We're in trouble. Dark days are on the horizon. I just told a brother that's a Spurs fan. I just told this guy over on TJ panel that there's no difference between Arsenal and Tottenham. The only difference is we've got trophies in the cabinet and we wear a red jersey and we play in a different stadium. It's the same team. Same problem. Same problems.
It hurts, man. It hurts.
You could take Spurs team, put it in our team, and we could play in the Emirates and give them the leadership, and it would still be the same thing. It would be Arsenal and Tottenham, the two the same. Fraternal twins. There's no difference in the two. If you close your eyes and listen to a Tottenham fan, you'll think he's talking about Arsenal.
But again, yeah. See, I'm sorry, man. What has Edu been doing? Because we can actually see other sporting directors. Yeah, they're getting deals done. Yeah?
He's been in Mykonos.
Getting deals done. They won in Chelsea. They're talking. They're getting deals done. What has Edu been doing?
Edu is in Mykonos. He's in Greece. He's in Greece enjoying that blue water and probably eating a gyro.
Smoking on some cigars.
He's smoking on something stronger than a cigar for what he's doing.
Oh my God. Oh, Mr. B. Mr. B drops that 2-pounder for us. Big ups to you, Mr. B. See, guys, Mr. B is a big friend. He's a big friend of ours. He used to be a member of this channel. I still want you to still be a member, Mr. B. And Mr. B has got his channel. Guys, you have to be on Mr. B's channel, yeah? All of you watching this on playback, please go and join Mr. B's channel. Very, very, very lovely channel there. He's just growing. He's just started. Me too. I go there to show him lots of support. He's our guy. He's our friend. And, he talks about Brentford. I keep telling him, I want Ivan Toney. You better make Ivan Toney available for us because I don't know what these guys are thinking down there. Edu, a complete loser. Yeah, Arteta has joined in that fray too. I want both of them gone. See, Matt.
Yeah.
Am I okay to say I want both of them gone?
Yeah, brother. You brother. It's at this point, and it's funny because I've watched the progression. I've watched the progression from no, that's too harsh on Arteta to now. You come around and see what it is, and that's what I've been trying to tell people. When people wake up and they see what's going on. It's quite liberating because then you're able to see it for what it is. But when you're blinded by the lies, the PR, and the attention, and the glitz and the glamour, it's hard to see it. And we've got too many fans right now. They're still on the high of finishing second place. Far as I'm concerned, last season is over with. The schedule came out this year for next season. And when you get to October, my friend, you're going to find out what time it really is. Champions League game, Champions League game, Champions League game, FA Cup here, this and that and this and that.
It's shocking.
It's showtime next year.
Okay, wait. What are the alternatives we can go in to the market and buy now. Forget Declan Rice. Arsenal would not bid for this guy. See,
Assemble
as far
just
as
said it. Assemble just said it. Go
we
get
haven't
Madison.
bid for this guy. You see, guys in the chat, yeah. Don't follow this. These guys are liars. This Arsenal board, yeah, they're all liars. We're not. See, forget the papers. Those guys are being paid for. Arsenal is not even going for Declan Rice. Let's be serious. They're not even going for Declan Rice. They've not placed any bid. Don't be fooled. These guys are crazy. These guys they're not jobs. Yeah? Kai have it. How in God's name can you decipher that? Yeah? Forget about Declan Rice. Matt, which alternatives can we bring in right now to kind of like save shame? Because right now we should be thinking of alternatives right now to just save our face from the shame.
Let me say this.
Later on.
If we're looking at alternatives now, then it's too late. I want you to think about that, Tony. If we're looking at alternatives now, it's too late because we knew what we wanted. We knew what we needed. The money, the funds were there. And the fact that we have to talk about alternatives now means that there was no plan B. And what do we know for a fact about when it comes to plan B at Arsenal? There's never a plan B. We saw it in the season. We saw it in January. We saw it in August last year. Our left back was on TV talking politics instead of talking about how to become a better defender. I mean, your team just blew a title, and you're sitting on TV talking about something that's not even relevant to what's going on with your team.
What's paying you money? To what's paying for your bills?
He should be on TV apologizing for that shambolic display towards the end of the season, and he should be saying that we're going to do right by the fans and we're going to push
better next season.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear.
When say stuck in politics,
have you heard a player, Tony? Have you heard an Arsenal player come out and apologize for last year's display and say that they were going to come back?
None of them. None. They're so high-headed. Yeah, no humility in these guys. Yeah, they just. But again, is it the mentality that they have?
It comes. As we say down here in Georgia, shit rolls from the top down.
They're so comfortable. They're comfortable. And I have a problem with it. They're so comfortable with it, man. So I don't know, man. Things need to start happening. I've asked for alternatives. Okay. See, should we go for Madison? Because I don't see Arsenal getting Rice. You and me know these guys don't want to spend 100 million on no Rice. You know, it's all lies. You know, it's a lie.
City's gonna spend 115 and get him, and then that'll be all she wrote. Because see, think about it. Let's look at it this way with City. All right, so City's in there. Well, Matt, why would City go for him? Because they can lock that position up for 4 years. They wouldn't have to worry about it, and they still be able to sell him and get a profit off of him. Yeah, because he's only 23? What is he, 21? 2? How old is Declan Rice? But Declan Rice is 22? 23? I'm not sure. Somebody in the chat tell me. I can't remember. I'm not sure how old Declan Rice is.
It's 23. It's 23.
I mean, that's profit. They're gonna, oh man, we can sell him on at 25, 26. And move on to the next person.
Well, so we're thinking of a move for a striker or for Caicedo for Chelsea by going to bid for Havertz.
You saw how quick Aston Villa when they got Tielemans
around this club it's a shambles, man. And
23.
He's 23.
Yeah, so they'll keep him for 3-4 years and they'll move him on at 26, 27. They'll make 65 million, 55 million, half of what they paid for him, and then they'll move on to the next big name in professional football, and then rinse and repeat. Arsenal will end up buying Gundogan. They'll sign him on a 3-year deal. We'll be stuck with him, and then when it's time to sell, we'll get $1.2 million in a bag of chips and 2 sweet potatoes.
Oh, you even think we'll get 1.2 million? We're getting nothing from him.
Yeah,
that's how we do. Wait, don't you? That's how we do business. Yeah,
$19 million outgoing. 19 million.
Barcelona sold him for 12 million to Chelsea. Bro, these guys are not jobs. They don't know anything about business. They don't know anything about playing football. They don't know anything about going to get players. They don't do nothing. These guys are clueless. Clueless. They know nothing about it. Yeah. And James Madison, see, man, Arsenal, please, instead of lying to these fans out here, Edu, Vinay, Arteta, see, instead of lying to the fans out there and giving all these, YouTubers and all these paper envelope, brown envelope journalists, stop lying to these people. Just save your faces, save shame. Go get Onana, go get Madsen. You know you can't get Rice. Yeah, they've just pulled the wool over our eyes in getting Saicedo. They've shown you guys are pretenders. You just all talk, no action. Yeah, all talk, no action. Yeah, they've just pulled the wool over your eyes. So stop lying to these guys. Go get James Madison or and bring in Onana, and at least try looking for Martinez or Vlahovic.
I'm going to share this screen with you right quick. I want you to see this tweet right here from A1 Jessica Black. She says, "I said from the beginning that Ornstein said Arsenal wanted number 6 and number 8, Rice or Salcedo. He's reliable as it gets. Rice is the number 6 we want. Rice-Sado was something made up by fans, and now they will blame the club for not doing something they probably never wanted to do. That behavior is why we are a joke. Explain to me on what planet that one of the most expensive football clubs in the world rose ticket prices this year. New Jersey set records with jersey sales this year. People are renewing season tickets. Over here in the States, to go watch Arsenal play is hitting you in the wallet for about $375 for nosebleed. Nosebleed, Tony. This is at the top of the stadium. You're telling me that Arsenal can't go in for 2 players to enhance their team? Nobody should be asking for that. Until the fan base wakes the hell up, we're going to be in major trouble. You watch how many players Chelsea bring in of quality this year without money being an issue.
They will bring because their manager got pulled. They have money to spend. Their manager got pulled. Poch is a respected manager. He's dealt with big egos. These guys will show that they're serious. And again, all those noise Arsenal have been making that without Champions League you don't have no pool. When the Europa League, when we get to the Champions League, then we'll have more pool. Look at what Pochettino is doing.
Yeah,
already there's a pool. So man, I don't know, man. Guys, you have to join me and Matt on the transfer window show. Yeah, that should be on Monday. I don't know when you're gonna do yours. I would like to be on your show again, Matt.
Oh yeah,
I always like being on the chill side of the Southern Gunner, man.
With the way things are going, I had an idea today, and I think I'm going. This next week. Once we get past this next week, because I got to work next week, and then I have a couple of off days, and then we're going to be able to line it up, man. I've got some people I want to bring on talk about this damn transfer window.
Yeah, man. We'll have to do it. I have to be there too, man. So when you're doing it on your channel, please, I need to be there. But you need to come here. You need to come down here on Monday. Let's have a more holistic talk about everything, and of course, more slides. You can bring. You always have this. You keep receipts, man. You always keep receipts. You have something for receipts, man. So you can bring all those receipts. Yeah, let's put it up for the people. Let's show these guys that we're not lying. That these guys are the ones lying. They are the liars.
Yeah.
We're not in for Declan Rice. We're never in for Saicedo. Maybe in January, yes, but right now, no. So let's go. Stop all these lies. Stop all these PR stunts, and just go and get the ones that we need to get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go get them. Please shout out your channel, brother Matt.
Just follow me on the Southern Gunner here on YouTube. And as always, man, it's always fun to be on. I'm glad we were able to link up for a little bit here. I knew when I saw it when Connor announced it on the show that Salcedo went to Chelsea. I said, "Oh yeah, when Tony gets a whiff of this, boy, I knew this was.
Oh my God! I even said that you even gave me a call on Instagram. I was at work when you actually send those stuff. So
Yeah.
man, but we'll get to talk later on anyway. Matt, thanks for for joining me here,
Likewise,
man. Thanks
brother.
for that buzz. You always create a buzz wherever you come down here, man. Mr. Beehive of Football Chat says here, Shy Havertz looks like a zombie and plays like one. I'm sure I saw him in The Walking Dead. That's what this football club, has turned us Arsenal fans into. So good luck to them. But transfer window, me and brother Matt are gonna hold them accountable for their deeds. Guys, join me tomorrow for a chat with Miss Melina if she's gonna pop in, and of course on Monday with brother Matt of the Southern Gunner channel, guys. So we get to see. Wait, I want to see what you inscribed on your name there. Southern Gunner, part of the No Kai Committee. I'm just seeing that. Brother Matt, thanks for coming to the show, man.
Likewise, brother.
I'll get to you, brother. Yeah, one love. Peace. We out.